This is CBC Here and Now.
Soccer teams from all over the country are in St. John's this week for the National Senior Soccer Championships. A big match between the local men's team and Alberta is just about to get underway. We're live tonight from King George V Park.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. I'm Anthony Germain. We are starting tonight with new pictures from the South Coast where up to 2 million salmon may have died. The Fish, Food and Allied Workers Union released these photos this afternoon. They were taken by concerned fish harvesters in Lally's Cove, somewhere between Rencounter East and Bellorum. And you can see the salmon fat and debris washing up on shores where these harvesters get their lobster. The FFAW says DFO and the provincial government must, quote, step up to protect the marine ecosystem and prevent environmental contamination. The provincial NDP is calling for an independent investigation into the major salmon mess on the South Coast, calling it an environmental disaster. In a letter issued this morning, the NDP criticized Minister Gerry Byrne, saying he's more of a cheerleader for the industry than someone exercising oversight. The NDP is also demanding answers. It wants to know exact timelines and the environmental impact of the die-off, who was notified, as well as the impact on wild salmon as well as fish processors.
Minister is sounding more and more like a cheerleader for the industry rather than a person who should be exercising oversight. And certainly we don't want this in the hands of the industry, but we want a totally independent investigation.
We need to sustain public confidence in the industry if at all possible. Mr. Byrne's performance giving contradictory and confusing answers to questions, his own missing in action on this. He found out about the die-off, which apparently happened in August, on the 2nd of September, yet maintained radio silence until the end of the month. We've only now become publicly aware of all this in the last 9 or 10 days.
Well, Here Now's Garrett Barry spoke with the Fisheries Minister today, and he joins us live now from our newsroom in Gander. So, Garrett, what was Byrne's response to this NDP letter?
Well, the Fisheries Minister told me today that there already are third-party analyses taking place. Two groups are involved, the Atlantic Veterinary College at the University of PEI and the Research and Productivity Council Laboratory in New Brunswick. These groups that are involved are already sending back results to government. They have studied fish samples from the aquaculture sites on the South Coast. And Byrne said the analysis done in PEI is part of the reason he is publicly concluded that warm water and low oxygen caused the salmon die-off.
Their studies, their examination provided that conclusion. It wasn't us. We didn't lead, we didn't suggest. We provided the information to the Atlantic Veterinary College, and they provided that analysis.
Will you publish that analysis?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
You published the analysis today?
Well, as soon as the report is complete, because we want to continue on, they will be engaged in this process while we still have tissue samples. So we have no problem with publishing that whatsoever.
Now, just about an hour ago, we actually got some more information on these groups from the Department of Fisheries and Land Resources. That department says they are regularly hired and that the government is picking up the bill here. And while these groups do provide analysis based on what samples they get, only veterinarians inside the province are making any final determinations about what killed the fish. The department said that a final report will be compiled and will be eventually publicly released. And for his part, Byrne said today that he's going to wait for the entire process to unfold before making any of the analysis public.
All right, so Garrett, those groups and scientists are looking at the causes. Did you learn anything about who is in charge of this cleanup?
Well, the provincial government does have a role here. They control the aquaculture leases and licenses in the province. But Byrne said the federal government is the ultimate authority for ocean environment concerns. And he did say today that DFO is on site.
I have no different expectation that if there is something that is in violation of federal regulation or authorities, that the federal government will indeed lay charges. They are on site now doing what the assessments that are required, and it would be our expectation that if there is anything that is untoward, those charges will be laid, but we do not have any specific evidence at this point in time that I have been made aware of, that there is an impact on fish habitat or wild fish stocks.
Now, this province does have environmental protection regulations of its own, and generally those protections and regulations ban the dumping of harmful substances into the water or into the environment. I asked Gerry Byrne today just what was in the pink substance that we have seen flowing into Fortune Bay. He says at this point he understands it's pink salmon pigment, but said there could be some organic materials in it as well. Anthony.
All right, that's Garrett Barry reporting live from our newsroom in Gander. Now, still on this story, an oceanographer is disputing that climate change was responsible for water conditions that killed farm salmon on the south coast. The company has said that the incident was a result of warmer ocean temperatures brought about by climate change, no different than in agriculture where crops can be impacted by frost or drought. But that's not an explanation that Memorial University scientist Brad DeYoung is buying. Here Now's Chris O'Neill-Yates spoke to him this afternoon, and she joins us now live from our newsroom. So Chris, what did Professor DeYoung have to say?
Well, he says that the whole idea that these fish died because of some climate change event just doesn't wash with him. He calls it actually a bit of smoke and mirrors. He says the fact that there may have been a fluctuation, a degree or two in temperature in that area wouldn't be that unusual, but to have the specific information that in that area that there was climate change going on, he's just really not buying it. And he's got a lot of questions himself. He says somebody would have to show him the specific information and the specific readings in that area, because he says a couple of things here are really being conflated. There's no, they've been saying that these fish died because of a deprivation of oxygen, but linking that to climate change, he says, is just a stretch. Here's Brad DeYoung.
Did they design the cages to be too shallow, or did they put too many fish in, not really knowing that, surface temperatures of 20 degrees were not uncommon in that region? And so we don't really know, but they're asking us to trust their interpretation without showing us the data to confirm what really did happen. So yeah, that to me conflates two kind of issues at the same time. They want us to kind of sympathize with them because they're at the mercies of the environment, and I get that because that's a problem for anyone working on the ocean. But the particular environmental temperatures that we've seen this summer don't seem so far outside the range as to be shocking or surprising. And so then my conclusion is that they didn't design a system designed for, the particular environment that they were working in.
So he says there are some bigger questions here as well about the oversight. What kind of oversight was happening at this operation before this happened? He talks about a design problem. Did all of the fish go to the bottom? What was the design of the cage? And he also is, talking about the effects now. We're not getting much information, really no information on what the effects of all of this could be in the bay. So it raises a lot of questions for him about what exactly went on here. And of course, it raises a lot of questions for us, and we're having difficulty finding information from the two federal bodies that oversee this kind of thing, the Department of Fisheries and Oceans and the Department of Environment and Climate Change Canada. They are not giving us an interview, so we can put those questions to them. Chris O'Neill-Yates, CBC News, St. John's.
Now, we're going to return to our salmon coverage in about 25 minutes. Green Party candidates weigh in on the federal Liberals' promise to change aquaculture policy for Canada's west coast, but not here. And we'll tell you about a new job posting for the salmon farm on the south coast. And we'll bring you an excerpt from a Land and Sea episode that looked at aquaculture and the importance of water temperature.
A chilly but beautiful start to the day for most of us, with those temperatures in the single digits. 7 degrees for St. John, so actually not too chilly, actually quite beautiful, but 3 degrees for Corner Brook. Nain sitting around 6 degrees as well. Those temperatures recovered quite nicely, back finally to these seasonal temperatures that I've been hinting at for the past couple of days. 14 degrees for Badger. 9 was the afternoon high in Makkovik. And if we take a look at the satellite and radar, nothing. And that's certainly good news. I'll tell you how long these clear skies are going to stick around coming up.
Thanks, Ashley. Work on the hospital in Corner Brook is moving along. Concrete is being poured and work on the foundation is now well underway. The hospital will be a 7-story, 600,000 square foot facility. Heavy equipment is clearing the footprint of the huge building, which will be about 500 feet wide. 36 tradespeople, all from this province, are working on the project, and that work is going to continue throughout the winter. A second local job fair for more workers is being planned for the new year. The hospital is expected to take 4 more years to be completed. Well, a government-sponsored project to study whether the beef cattle industry can be expanded in this province is getting some good reviews. People in the province consume nearly 14 million kilograms of beef every year, and more than 99% of that is imported. Well, 2 years ago, the province started working with local beef producers to increase the breeding stock here, and as part of the project, herds of 5 Hereford cattle were placed at farms in Springdale, Daniels Harbour, and Cormac. 25 calves have been born since this project began, and today, Land Resources Minister Gerry Byrne, better in this department than in fisheries these days, well, he visited one of those farms, Spring Meadow Farm in Springdale, to check in with the owner to see just how the research work is going.
We can get into a market, and definitely support, the industry, the beef industry in the province, and try to get into some local, restaurants and get into the, the bigger food chains for sure, and into the grocery stores.
The Liberal MP for St. John's South Mount Pearl is taking some time off the election campaign. On Twitter today, Seamus O'Regan said he's spending time with his father, Seamus Sr., who is facing a serious health challenge. O'Regan's dad is a former judge of the Supreme Court of Newfoundland and Labrador, and in his tweet, O'Regan thanked the amazing staff at the Health Sciences Centre, as well as his campaign team and his volunteers. A former accountant at a private school in St. John's has been sentenced to prison time after stealing more than $500,000 from her employer. Kim Stagg apologized for what she did before leaving provincial court in handcuffs. Here now's Mark Quinn reports.
Kimberly Stagg appeared in court for the first time today. She was there to hear a joint sentencing submission from both the Crown and her defense lawyer. They detailed how Stagg took more than $500,000 from St. Bonaventure School over almost 5 years until 2018. Stagg was the only person with access to the school's account, and she e-transferred money from it to her own accounts. She did that almost 350 times and forged documents to hide it. Lawyers said she has no addiction issues, but was using the money to live a life she couldn't afford. Stagg spent the money on luxury items like purses and travel, including 2 trips to Disney. The Crown said her actions had an astronomical impact on the school, bringing it to its knees to simply meet payroll. Judge Mark Pike sentenced Stagg to 3 years in prison and ordered her to repay all the money she took. 33-year-old Stagg apologized to the court, saying she was sorry for what she did and sorry for the people she harmed. She said she loved the St. Bon's community like it was family. Her lawyer said Stagg will probably never work as an accountant again. In court, Stagg said she hopes to rebuild her life. Mark Quinn, CBC News, St. John's.
To an update now on that fire in southern Labrador, which left residents of Charlottetown and Pinson's Arm in the dark. According to police, that fire ripped through the diesel plant in Charlottetown was not a suspicious fire. It happened Monday morning, and investigators with NL Hydro were on site today. For now, residents of Charlottetown and Pinson's Arm are getting power from mobile generators. The plant will have to be replaced in the spring. Well, we now know when pro basketball will resume in St. John's. The Edge players will hit the road for the first game of the season, which is against the Moncton Magic, and that game is on December 27th. The first home game at Mile 1 will be in the new year on January 7th. Last season, the St. John's Edge set a National Basketball League attendance record. Well, staying with sports, our Carolyn Stokes is down at King George V Field tonight, where soccer stars from across the country are gearing up for the Challenge and Jubilee trophies. Stay tuned. Okay, we'll get to our beautiful weather in just a moment, but pretty cool video to show you for you science lovers. Take a look at this. You'll be seeing weightless sand. See how that rolls around like water in that cube? That soil is actually from Sandy Cove Beach, beautiful Sandy Cove Beach on the Eastport Peninsula. It's the first time that Newfoundland soil has been studied in this way, and that's pretty cool.
It is.
It's part of a slew of experiments that hopeful astronauts are carrying out in Ottawa this week. And the woman behind this one, 25-year-old Bethany Downer from St. John's. She's been on here now before, as you may recall. She works for the European Space Agency's Hubble Space Telescope. Her parents, very proud watchers. And Downer says she spent many summers in Sandy Cove, and I can attest to that. And she loves that place and this experiment because it's such a special place. So really appreciate you sharing that with us, Bethany.
How cool is that?
Yeah, I know.
Flying.
Kind of cool job, right?
It is a pretty cool job, I'd say, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, so it was a pretty great day.
It was an absolutely gorgeous day today.
It's fantastic. And what do you think?
Yeah, most of the day today across most areas was absolutely gorgeous. Not a cloud in the sky for most of us, except just a little bit on the west coast. But take a look at this picture. This is from this weekend. It's harvest time, and our Debbie Hussey shared this photo with us. It's time to get those carrots out of the ground, I guess.
Look at the, is that a gigantic Russian sunflower?
It is.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful sunflower, yeah. But those temperatures, though, like I said earlier, a beautiful afternoon here in St. John's. We're actually sitting around seasonal. Sitting around 12 degrees should be the afternoon high for this time of year. The record 20 degrees in 1994, and the record low was minus 0.7, so pretty far from that. This is where we were sitting as you left the house this morning. And our sunset tonight, 6:26 p.m. So at least we'll be seeing plenty of sunshine, and we will continue to see plenty of sunshine as we head through the next couple of days. Here's where we sat a little bit earlier today. 10 degrees for Churchill Falls, 12 in Nain with those double-digit temperatures. You're well above seasonal for this time of year, and temperatures not far from from that, except up through Nain. You've dropped down now to 6 degrees, 5 in Makovic, and then 7 for Cartwright. Now, those winds significantly less than what we've seen over the past couple of days. Currently, sustained winds around 9 kilometers per hour for St. John's, a little bit stronger up towards St. Anthony and Happy Valley Goose Bay, seeing those winds out of the northwest at about 26 kilometers per hour. Now, as this big ridge of high pressure continues to dominate and move a little bit further towards us, we will actually see those winds ease, and those temperatures are going to climb over the next couple of days as well. So that's certainly good news there. Overnight tonight, though, lower lying areas dipping down, maybe even below zero. Grand Falls winds are 0 degrees tonight, 5 for St. John's. Those winds, like I said, are going to ease pretty light, 10 to 15 kilometers per hour, 3 degrees for Corner Brook, but nothing but clear skies overnight tonight for most of us. Lab City going down to -1, and those winds will be out of the west-southwest at about 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. So here's a look at tomorrow. That ridge of high pressure will dominate. Might see a few clouds in play. Nothing too crazy through the afternoon, though. Just plenty of sunshine as that ridge of high pressure moves in, and temperatures sitting in the teens again. So should be sitting around 12 degrees as your afternoon high for St. John's, 15 for Clarenville, 12 in Bonavista, heading towards Central. Pretty similar temperatures. And these temperatures will likely climb even more as we head through the next couple of days. 12 for Stephenville, 14 for Gross Mourne, and 12 for St. Anthony. Again, those winds generally light across the board. Lab City looks like it should be the warmest, 16 degrees tomorrow, with those west-southwesterlies 20 kilometers per hour. Another double-digit day for Nain. And yeah, so lots of sunshine. Definitely good news there. And as we head towards the weekend, that's when our next weather maker will move in. But I'll have all those details coming up. Anthony?
Thank you very much, Ashley. Well, as you heard from Ashley, not bad out there at all. Beautiful night to be outside. As you can see, Carolyn Stokes taking advantage of the good weather at King George V Park, where soccer stars from across the country are gathering. Carolyn.
Yeah, Anthony, I would say this is probably perfect soccer playing weather right now. There's not a breath of wind. It is just lovely out here. Lots of action on the field right now. The local men's team is playing against Alberta. So far, Alberta is winning 2-0, and we're about 20 minutes into the game. But of course, it's not just the men on the field this week. The National Women's Championship is also on the line. This province actually has 2 teams competing for the Jubilee Trophy. And earlier today, Zach Gowdy checked them out.
St. John's own Fieldians, in the blue, took on Ontario in the opening match of the Women's National Soccer Championship. Beautiful weather made for a great afternoon on the pitch and in the stands. But this crowd would be here rain or shine. Many here are watching their daughters play, and they know how much work went into this moment.
Oh, it's a year round. I mean, they're training all winter, practicing a couple of times, probably 3 times a week. Plus the majority of their team, 13 of them are on Seahawks, Memorial Seahawks. So they play university soccer as well.
So you're basically dedicating your life to this sport?
Yes.
I'm absolutely stoked. Like I cannot wait. I can't put it into words.
Getting an early look at the competition is Mallory Harris of Holy Cross, this province's provincial champions. Harris is just 2 goals shy of the tournament's all-time record, but even for a veteran, playing in front of the home fans is special.
Back in the day when I first started, we'd come 8th, 9th, but now we're going for medal games, right? We're 3rd, we're 4th, but now we're going for gold. To see them, that gives them more hope for the kids growing up, and we always get the young girls and young boys coming out and watching, and they look up to us. We're role models for them in a sense.
Those young players can get some inspiration and pick up some moves from the best in the game.
Hopefully for the young kids to get out to watch it now, the evening games and the weekend, help them evolve in their game, see how the game is supposed to be played, ball on the foot, and, attacking soccer. You see it on TV with, pro leagues, but you don't get an appreciation for it as much as seeing it here.
And with 2 home teams to cheer for, there's no better time to be down at the field. Zach Gowdy, CBC News, St. John's.
And right now is an excellent time to be down at King George V Park. You can see some folks in the stand there watching the men's local team play against Alberta. And I do have the results from those women's games earlier today. I have the scores here at least. Holy Cross actually lost to Alberta 3-1, and the Fieldians tied with Scarborough 1-1. But of course, there are many more games left to play. And coming up, we'll speak with some more of those players and also with some of the folks who helped make this tournament happen. Reporting live from St. John's, I'm Carolyn Stokes for Here and Now.
It's an environmental disaster, and quite a big one. You have 2 million salmon and 20 pounds each or whatever it is. It's a huge biomass of waste down there.
Next, 2 Green Party candidates from Newfoundland weigh in on the South Coast salmon cleanup and discuss the double standard of federal Liberal aquaculture promises. Welcome back to Here and Now. Now, we've had some provincial political reaction to what's going on with aquaculture in the South Coast. Going to get something now from the Green Party candidates, or at least two of them in our province, about aquaculture. The Green Party, really the first party to have a position on moving aquaculture towards more land-based. So, David, let me start with you. What do you make of what's happened on the South Coast?
It's horrible, 2 million dead salmon. I think part of it is caused by ocean temperature rise, which is only going to get worse with climate change, and it's just a catastrophe. Yeah.
And certainly that's the company is pointing out that they have oxygen problems because temperatures went up. Greg Malone, your thoughts?
Well, it's an environmental disaster, and quite a big one. You have 2 million salmon and 20 pounds each or whatever it is. It's a huge biomass of waste down there, and I understand that the protective suits they're wearing to go in and deal with it are disintegrating, and people have to be hospitalized. So that is a toxic mess. It's quite toxic, and according to our provincial government, there's no problem. There's never been a problem. This is the government, don't forget, that had to be dragged to court by concerned citizens to do a proper environmental assessment of the big salmon farm they're planning for Placentia, because they did not want to obey or follow their own minimum environmental standards to protect the environment and the people in the area. They didn't want to do it. They had to be dragged to court to do it. So they're not forthcoming on the environment. They're enemies of the environment, really. There's so much of the Newfoundland wildlife has been destroyed under their watch, whether it's gold mines or salmon farms or whatever else. They do not have any respect for the environment, and those days are over. So like this salmon farm, people have been unemployed in that area from Conagra Peninsula all the way over to Stephenville all summer. They haven't had jobs because they can't control the pernicious anemia, the infectious salmon anemia that keeps breaking out. Now they're selling that sick fish as same as the good fish. I don't know how long the markets will bear up that, but the markets do not look good for ocean-based open net farms.
Now, obviously, the Green Party, your number one raison d'être is the environment.
Yeah.
As two guys have been going door to door, it seems to me that so many people in this province, recognize the importance of things like fish farming. Those communities think they need it, and oil.
Yeah.
Are people slamming the door in your face?
No, I ran in 2015, Anthony. It's a completely different experience in 2019. The climate change is on the top of people's minds. It's a very important issue as people go to the ballot box, and we're getting a huge response. I think our numbers are going to be a lot better this time around, and we're hoping Greg is going to be sent to Ottawa, and maybe even me too.
Okay, so you think he's got a better chance?
Well, he's Greg Malone.
Greg, what kind of reception are you getting? Are people saying, okay, Malone, you had your day, great on Codco, had enough of you, you don't understand the business and industry in this province?
No, I haven't had that at all. I've had what David's had. I've had people thank me for running, and I've had in Avalon, in the polls show that there's 70 to 80% concern about the environment and the climate crisis, and that's exactly what I'm finding at the door. When I talk to fishermen on the wharf, in Carbonear and other places, and I say, look, it didn't help us to lose the cod stocks, did it? That was a huge environmental disaster. We need to take care of our environment so that we have jobs. If we trash our environment, we're going to lose jobs. And they nod. They get it. The fishermen really, fishers out there, they really get it, because they have suffered everything with the loss of the cod, the largest biomass on Earth, by the way.
Right. We know the ocean is getting more acidic.
Yeah.
It's getting too much fresh water in it, and it's rising in temperature. The actual habitat is being destroyed. So 80% of our fish fish production is still wild fish. We're going to ruin both industries.
Okay, I've got to wind things down. Obviously, environment, very complex issue. I'm glad we could give the Green Party some coverage in this campaign. I know that it's difficult to give all the parties their due, but thank you both very much.
Thank you, Anthony. Great talking to you.
Now, the Norwegian aquaculture giant that runs the farm on the South Coast is looking for a new feed manager. Mowi says it's looking for an additional feed manager to join what it calls a growing team in the South Coast. And this is not because somebody has resigned or has been fired. The feed manager position is a key position. Apart from feeding and understanding fish nutrition, the role is responsible for the safety and health of all fish stocks. Well, a decade ago, CBC's Land and Sea spoke with a couple that was working for Northern Harvest Sea Farms, a former bird biologist and an offshore worker who took on a challenge to farm hundreds of thousands of salmon for the first time in Fortune Bay. And now this recent salmon kill is being blamed on warm temperatures, but here are the Canes from 2009 describing how cold temperatures are also a problem.
Doug and Jennifer Canes have learned there are several things crucial to successful salmon farming. What you feed your fish is one of them. The feed they use is brought in from New Brunswick, and it's expensive, well over $1,000 a ton. And in peak production, they'll go through 50 tons a day.
Those fish are relying on you to give them all the nutrition. If you don't do it in the right way, the right time, and the right ingredients going into it, you are what you eat. And that's what they need, good feed. And they need it right time and presented to them properly as well. So it's real key. There's no steroids, there's no growth hormones or anything like that in feed. And salmon feed today is one of the most closely monitored and regulated foodstuffs. Safest thing you can eat.
Because it's so expensive, they're careful not to waste the feed. The crew watch the fish with an underwater camera they've sunk in the cage, and when they see the salmon stop eating, they stop feeding.
They look great. They look really even on the camera. We just saw their feeding, but size-wise, and nice and plump, good stuff.
All told, Northern Harvest Sea Farms has 70 cages in the water, in a bay where water temperatures are cold, very cold. Many said too cold to grow salmon.
If you've got really, really cold water, you can have ice crystals that form in the water, and they would get on the gills of the fish. And salmon just not very tolerant of really cold water. They don't produce as much of the antifreeze protein that codfish or halibut or turbot would produce, for example, right? So a lot of people thought, even a lot of people within the salmon industry and aquaculture industry thought that you're not going to be able to grow fish in Fortune Bay. The water just gets too cold.
The Canes' first big cold water test was the very first winter they had fish in the water, 2003, the coldest winter anyone had seen in 70 years. The bay froze over, and the Canes feared their first batch of salmon were dead underneath the ice.
Doug's got a lot of gray hairs from it, and I would have had him if I don't cover him up. But it was a long couple of months there when it was really, really cold. Yeah, pretty nerve-wracking, gotta say. Don't mind admitting it, it was pretty nerve-wracking.
For weeks and weeks, they didn't even attempt to feed the fish. Feeding brings the salmon to the surface, where water temperatures are actually colder. So they stayed away from the cages and waited and worried.
There was a lot of times where we thought it was all over. It was, and the guys who were going to be right who said that it couldn't be done here. But, as luck would have it, it worked out.
The salmon didn't starve and they didn't freeze. Both the fish and the Canes passed the test. It was baptism by fire, or in this case, ice.
You don't go near your fish at these times, and we stayed away, and maybe that's what helped bring them fish through. The fact that we stayed away from the fish at them cold temperatures, let them sit, let them be. Because had we gone there, the fish probably would come up in cold water, we would kill them anyway. So there was a big learning curve for everybody.
Welcome back to Here and Now. I'm live at King George V Park in St. John's, where the National Soccer Championships are underway, and it's been quite an exciting game so far. The men's local team is playing tonight against Alberta, and last time I checked in with you guys, the Alberta team was up 2 points, and they just tied the game, actually. A player named Kyle Williams from the Goulds scored 2 goals in the past few minutes, so it's been quite exciting, and the crowd is definitely riled up right now. Joining me now to speak more about this tournament is Doug Redman with the Newfoundland and Labrador Soccer Association. So, Doug, tell me, how big is this tournament for St. John's?
Oh, this tournament for St. John's is really, really big, and St. John's and the Avalon Peninsula has hosted many national tournaments because we find it's really great for the city, for the province, for our players, coaches, officials. Like, it's a real great promotion for Newfoundland and Labrador soccer and for the province.
Can you give us a sense of the scale of this tournament? How many players are here? How many teams?
So there's 18 teams, 10 men's teams, 8 women's teams. There's 2 women's teams from Newfoundland and 1 men's team. So in total we'll have about 450 players, and we'll have about 50 officials during the weekend, and we always get a lot of fans from across the country when it's in Newfoundland.
So this is like a top-tier tournament.
Oh, this is the best of the best. Like, the senior nationals is something every province likes to host because it's always great fan attendance, great competition, and you know, it's a real opportunity for everyone to see how good soccer is in this country.
Yeah, and the last time it was here was a few years ago, right?
2016, the senior men's was hosted here, but over the last 20-25 years, we host every second, third year because we see the importance of it for our players, officials, coaches, and you know, and Canadian soccer has always been happy to have tournaments in Newfoundland because the great commitment from the volunteer base and committee base.
Okay, and you've been around the block 1 or 2 times in the soccer world. You were telling me before we went on that you've been involved with the Newfoundland and Labrador Soccer Association since 1987, so a few years. Can you tell me how soccer has evolved in the province during that time?
Soccer has grown, and our registration has grown every year, and the level of competition has grown, and with soccer in the province, our provincial programs are grown. The commitment from the players is really high, and we have kids traveling from the age of 13, and even now our teens are traveling to Europe for better competition and to learn the game better and see great competition from European teams.
And great competition this year from the women's teams in particular. 2 women's teams in this competition. How has that changed over the years? Are more women getting involved in this sport?
Women's soccer in the last 10 years has really grown in the province. You know, at the youth level it's grown, and the skill level of women's soccer has greatly improved, and we've got some of our girls being looked at by the Vancouver Whitecaps. So, you know, we've seen a great increase in talent in the ladies program, and our men's program has been strong for a very, very long time.
Oh, great. Well, it's been a very interesting game here tonight so far. We'll keep our fingers crossed for the local guys. And I'm going to throw it back to you now, Anthony, in the studio.
All right, Karen, looks like a great night down there. Beautiful lighting and nice weather.
It is.
All right, that's Karen Stokes.
Gorgeous, actually.
Thank you, Carolyn. It's Carolyn Stokes reporting live from King George V. Now to a sport of a different kind, politics. With about a week and a half to go in this federal election campaign, 3 of the party leaders were out talking about immigration today. It started with Conservative leader Andrew Scheer's plan to stop the flow of asylum seekers at unofficial borders such as Roxham Road in Quebec.
We'll close the loophole in the Safe Third Country Agreement. We'll also hire 250 additional officers at the Canada Border Services Agency.
By suspending the agreement, people would not need to cross irregularly. These are people that are fleeing death, they're fleeing persecution. And in the States, they're fleeing the fact that Mr. Trump has been putting kids in cages, has been stripping babies out of the arms of their mothers.
Every single person who crosses our border, whether it is regularly or irregularly, gets fully processed by our immigration system.
Green Party leader Elizabeth May was making a push for green jobs today, arguing that culture is a strong and valuable part of Canada's economy. Well, you know how fast Ashley is during a commercial? I said, hey, we got this really cool picture. Can you actually do the magic thing and get it on TV? And
I can do that
take a
very
look.
easily, actually. Take a look at this beautiful photo that Amanda Everson sent us. Those butterflies enjoying this beautiful weather.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 of them.
Thank
and then
you,
those,
Amanda.
And those flowers. Carolyn was here. She'd be able to tell us what they are. But
In Latin.
yeah, exactly. But yes, absolutely beautiful photo there. Thank you so much for sending that in, Amanda. And, you know, as far as this weather goes, ridge of high pressure in place, that's dominating. Unfortunately, we're seeing some cloud cover down for parts of Nova Scotia, and it's just edging its way for the south coast. But the good news is this area of high pressure is going to dominate, and it should keep that cloud cover offshore for the next couple of days. But this low pressure system is our next weather maker as we head towards the weekend. So you can see the only reason why that's going to happen is because this ridge of high pressure is going to move over us and continue to track a little bit further east. Some of that cloud cover may make its way for the south coast into Friday morning. But overall, that high pressure will move a little bit further east, and that's what's going to allow that low to move back up and affect us as we head towards the weekend. So it does look like we'll see some cloud cover edge in by Saturday, and then eventually some of that rain will move in. Those winds are going to pick up as well after quite a few days of very little wind. So here's what we're looking at for Friday. Again, nothing but sunshine for most of us. Again, might see a few a little bit of cloud cover for the south coast, but otherwise those temperatures staying around 11 degrees for St. John's. 18 should be the afternoon high in Corner Brook. Going to hang on to those mid-teens for Happy Valley, Goose Bay as well. Nain, 15 degrees. And Lab City, a beautiful 17. For you, you should be sitting around 4 degrees for this time of year. So certainly welcome and definitely take advantage of that weather. So here's what we're looking at over the next 5 days. Sunshine. Saturday is when some of that cloud should move in, and sitting around 10 degrees. Overnight lows will bump up a little bit as well into about 8 degrees. And then Sunday's when it looks like most of that rain will fall. And then by Monday, that's when we get into some of those cooler temperatures. Again, looks like we're going to go into a below seasonal trend to kick off next week. And for central Newfoundland, 17 degrees by Friday, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. 14 for Saturday as some of that cloud moves in. 9 degrees is the overnight low again, though, so quite lovely. And then both Sunday and Monday looking gray and wet by the time some of that cooler air moves in to kick off the next work week. And then for western Newfoundland, 18 degrees by Friday. Saturday sitting around 15. Overnight lows dipping again into Sunday and Monday. But temperature's not too bad. 16 degrees for Sunday and 9 degrees for Monday. So for eastern Labrador, again, your overnight, or rather your afternoon high should be sitting around 7 degrees for this time of year. Not close to records, though. I looked into that, and those records are actually in the 20-degree range as we head into the weekend. So even though they're not record-breaking, still absolutely gorgeous for this time of year. 15 degrees for Saturday. Sunday looking at that cloud cover moving in, and certainly by Monday with a high near 17 degrees. For western Labrador, you're looking at about 13 degrees on Saturday, and then eventually those temperatures dipping. 8 degrees for your Sunday, and Monday looking at 6 degrees and that chance of showers. So let's look at your forecast. I'll have your weather photo coming up.
All right, we're going to get to Ashley's other photo in just a second. But first, check out the scenes that this character is capturing.
We hope that people seeing how beautiful our nature is, we can really raise awareness and actually give them, just like a little reason to do something to reduce our impact on climate.
So you remember that song, Fly Like an Eagle? An environmental group says that lofty filmmaker you just saw jump off the perch, there you go. 2 goals. First, to show the world how quickly mountain ice is actually melting across Europe, and also to remind us that big birds like Victor, they're disappearing because of climate change. And if you've ever wanted an eagle's eye view and you wondered what it's like to soar like an eagle, you'll get no better picture than that. Fantastic.
We've got some pretty spectacular views of our own across the province. I want to know where you're to. This photo was sent to us by Rod Jordan, and I'll tell you where this was taken when we come back.
That's a toughie.
It is.
Well, actually, we mentioned the great colors, and you showed the harvest picture earlier on Here and Now. Well, some parts of the country, they're not having any kind of autumn, no colors. Well, one color, white.
This is definitely not ideal for this time of year.
You gotta bear up, and this is Calgary, right? This is what we signed up for when we moved here.
That's Calgary yesterday afternoon. Driving was hazardous by anybody's standards. Traffic police were called over 200 or nearly 200 times.
Incredible. No serious injuries, though. Mostly fender benders, thank goodness. This just the beginning for Calgary.
That's right. It's Calgary's second big snowstorm of the season. The question is, who's going to be next?
Not us. Please, not us.
Not us in the next couple of days, anyway.
I have a daughter there. Just keep texting. Look, he's got his...
A broom?
The Oscar broom?
Sometimes it's easier to clean with a broom.
Planning is everything.
It is, yeah.
Yep. Anyhow, keep our fingers. But Calgary can be like that. What was it like there yesterday?
It was snowing yesterday. My sister lives just north of Calgary there, and she was saying it was 18 degrees, and then it was snowing, and they got another 10 centimeters. So
Calgary yo-yo.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, good news. There's none of that in our forecast.
Take a look at the picture.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, there's our beautiful photo today. We talked about that in the break, but it was taken in Petty Harbor.
There we go. Beautiful Petty Harbor. I was trying to, that's one of those ocean-wide shots. It's kind of tough. Fall sunrise from Maddox Cove. Yeah, beautiful shot.
Yeah, Rod Jordan sent us that photo. Today I was walking on Signal Hill earlier this morning, and you notice the water. When there's no wind, you can really see it moving.
Oh yeah, and you can see the channels in that shot too.
Yeah, you can see that there too, yeah. Great photo. Thank you so much for sending that in, Rod. And if you have any weather photos that you'd like to share with us, send them to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
So you hit Signal Hill early this morning?
Sure did. Got to take advantage of this warm weather,
or
nice weather, sunshine.
I think today was to make up for cycling in the rain yesterday, so it won't be so bad tonight. And nice again tomorrow.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
Even warmer,
beautiful day. Even warmer, yeah.
Okay. You got to blame her when it's bad. You got to thank her when it's good.
I only take credit for the good weather.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.